Hey, it's Amy SZ and it's Find Out Friday here at Fitness Business. Now today's Find Out question comes from one of my favorite people and favorite places, Diane in Roseville, California. Howdy Diane and howdy Roseville. A few days ago, Diane wrote me and asked, Amy, if you could only do 5 exercises in your living room, what would they be? I have a stability ball, a kettlebell, and resistance bands. Now she won the resistance bands from me by sharing my blog. Next week I'm going to be doing another giveaway, so pay attention. Now, I answered the question. I gave her 5 strength exercises to do with those pieces of equipment in mind, and I suggested some cardio things to do in between so she can create her own little circuit workout in her living room that should only take about 15 minutes to do. Now, when I finish telling you what I shared with her, I'm going to give you some more tips of things that you can do in your living room if you don't have any equipment whatsoever. Now, the first thing I told her to do is push-ups. Push-ups are a classic exercise that works your upper body, your chest, your arms, your upper back, and your core. We all need to work on a core because most people have a problem with our middle section. Which brings us to the next exercise that I suggested, which is crunches. Now, not full sit-ups. I like just crunches better. They're more isolated for the abs. You can do those on the floor, or you can do them on the stability ball. In the blog here below this video, I've included a link to the ACE website where you can, it's American Council on Exercise, and they show you the proper technique to do crunches on the stability ball. And you can also learn how to do planks and lower back extensions on the stability ball from that video. So that's a really helpful thing. But again, if you don't have any equipment whatsoever, you can do push-ups and crunches right on your floor. Now the next 2 I'm going to combine is squats and lunges. You can do those together. You can do something like 8 squats and then 8 lunges. You can do forward lunges, reverse lunges, and lunges to each side to work your legs and your glutes. And you can vary those from day to day. There's many different kinds of squats you can do. Again, there's some links below here to my videos, the 15-minute workouts that are back there on the wall that we did a few weeks ago. There's a few different types of squats and lunges and push-ups too, and crunches. So check those out for instructions on how to do these things. You can add weights. You can hold weights in your hands. And you can also use your resistance bands when you're doing the squats and lunges to add some more resistance to your exercises. And the other one that I told her to do uses the resistance bands to do the bicep curls. And you can combine those with your squats. You can do a squat and when you come up, do a bicep curl. So those are the 5 things that I told her to do. And I said between those, do a minute of jumping jacks or running in place each time. Start with a warm-up and end with a cool-down of stretching and getting your heart rate back down. And you have done a whole circuit workout on your own in your living room. You don't even have to go to the gym. Now, if you don't have a ball or weights or resistance bands, you can still do these things. Now, I was challenging myself, like, what would I tell people if all they could do is 5 exercises and they had nothing but their living room floor to do them in? Now, my thoughts are push-ups and crunches, squats and lunges, and jumping jacks. Those were the 5 things. Say you have nothing else, you're not doing a circuit, you just have time for 5 exercises. Those are the 5 that I chose. But I was curious to what some of my friends who exercise and other trainers would say. So I put a question out on Facebook. I've put the picture down here and below the video here in the blog so you can see the responses. They're all very similar. A lot of running. Most every one of them said push-ups and squats. Some said crunches, some said sit-ups. Again, I prefer crunches to sit-ups. You can look up the difference between those 2 and see which you prefer. But pick 5 exercises. This is your assignment for this week. You have 2 things to do. Pick 5 exercises. You can use the ones that I suggested, or tell me 5 of your own and do them. Get moving. And your second thing is to, in the comment boxes below, tell me what it is that you prefer to do if you only have 5 time for 5 exercises. And if you do use one of my suggestions, I'd love to hear in the comments what you thought. So that's your 2 assignments. Get moving and give me some feedback. I look forward to your questions for next week. I'm going to be sharing about the kettlebells pretty soon. Don't forget about the kettlebell workout that I've been working on to share with you. So that may come next week, and it depends on if I get a really, really great question. So send them in, and until next time, Amy SZ is out.